September 4th, 2014.
Okay. Tell him that I came to him embarrassed and shamefaced for last year's
All right.
payment.
Okay.
But that's not for one.
So-
It was about a full crate.
Oh,
So
okay,
this
good,
is
yeah.
the same plan
Yep,
thank
that
you.
was revised as last
I
time.
will see that he gets it.
I'll pass around copies. Four of them this time. And I'm basically seeking preliminary approval contingent on the topography being on there, and the proposed location of the driveways and buildings. And I'm not sure if you want any of the, I know Scott has to address the stormwater issue, but I'm not sure if you want anything on the plan or just something in writing with you for that. And the other thing I was requesting is, or wondering about is, with the topography, if you want it for the entire site, or enough to show the new grade versus the existing grade for all the building locations. So, we'll have something showing where the
Contour lines you need?
yeah, so if he's putting them on the very front of the site, do you want the entire 2 acres total per site, or do you want enough to show what he's gonna have to take out for material and what exactly he's gonna do to be changing the contours?
Well, I thought we kind of wanted both, and that we wanted to be able to see what the proposed driveway, and so that would be post-excavation of any kind, right?
Yeah, so we'll have the design ones on there. What I was wondering is, on the back half of the lot, if he's not gonna touch it and not do anything, do you still want the 5-foot contours going all the way to the back of the lot, or would the front half be sufficient to show old versus new?
Because I would suggest if you show us the frontage and then including all the way to the building envelope, if you wanted to find the building envelope by stopping any more details of total for us, I guess I'd rather have more information than less. It's not too hard to generate that, is it?
It would be longer time in the field and cost more money, and that's, what it would be based off of for, and that's why he's requesting a smaller scope of the topography. So, it's on that left site, towards the water, it does go up real steep, but if he did put that building right up next to the road, as close as he could, and then left the rest of it alone, that's basically what I'm wondering if, if he doesn't touch it.
Proposed would be, I'd be happy with at least with the proposed, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, encompassing anything he's gonna change. We would definitely do anything he's gonna change, anything that would be influenced by the construction.
I guess that.
What do you think?
We'd kind of have to hold him to that then, that is all that they would do. If we had the contours for the whole lot, then it would be a little more flexible in what you could do later if you decide to change, I want to put the house up on top of the ridge as opposed to into the bank, then we wouldn't have to go and come up with another set of lines for us.
Okay.
We'd have to. What were you going to say, Ken?
I do the contours for the whole lot existing and then the proposed on top of it. I'm kind of surprised that
That'd be
they
the
put that
best
on the
for
first
us.
set of plans.
Yeah, that's part of the list, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Usually they'll ask for a waiver to go from 2 feet to 5 feet or 10 feet or something like that, but at least have the contours. The 10 feet, we have those on the maps online.
Yep. All right.
So we did ask for 5-foot contours.
Yes.
Yeah, that, our message from the public hearing loud and clear was, don't add any more problems to the stormwater management issues in this room, I guess. So in order to do that and have an understanding of that, I guess we gotta ask for more detail.
yeah,
Okay.
it's like, where does this come, if you go below this, where's the next contour? Yeah.
Yeah, they're, I think 20-foot
So,
contours in
I know
here,
there's a
so.
ledge going right there, so there's 20 feet lost right across that road
Yeah.
somewhere, so.
So So we can't give you preliminary plan approval until we get a little more detail, as I understand it anyway.
Even contingent on that being on final?
I don't think we're supposed to. We can't approve until they actually give it to us on paper, correct?
Right.
That would be smart,
And then for the stormwater issue, do you want that addressed on the plan, or do you want just some type of letter from Scott explaining what he's gonna do?
It would be nice to see it maybe on the plan in reference to, so we can reference it immediately in topo in this kind of a outline form, and then maybe something more in depth on in a separate little document or section of the application.
It's proposed that we're gonna end up with, we'll be looking at 3 separate stormwater plans, or one plan for the.
It'd be one plan for the 3
Okay.
lots.
For the 3 lots.
Yeah, and then obviously we'd have to come back for the commercial lot.
Yeah.
Actually, with the topo, do you want the commercial lot included or not?
Well, I would do the whole subdivision.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you'll have it, then you'll
Yeah.
have it.
Right, when you come back to us to do something with that one, we'll already, someone will already have it in hand.
Yeah.
And it may or may not contribute to some of the issues on, 2-2 as well. So it'd be nice to understand that, I guess.
Okay.
Right.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Thank
No
you.
problem.
I thought we asked for that.
I was almost gonna say, when he was talking about conserving money, that they've been here 3 times with a plan that's not anything on it.
It's been similar the 3 times.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they're just
Oh, it's all
behind
about
and this is their way of
He's just a newer guy.
keeping the loop open.
Right, yeah.
Anyway, see, John.
I was thinking the same thing about it.
You got something for us?
Yeah. Best practical location for 2 buildings on 1 lot.
Where's Lilac Lane?
On Mouse off of 13. I have a lot of good photos on this one. Don't forget this. I really got some photos. That's the garage.
Where's the house?
And that's the house.
I'll probably this one. You see the 2 gray squares?
Yeah, I didn't see them at first.
I know.
I've been in the sun all day.
Well, it's hard to see them with the yellow.
This little building is on the same lot, this little shed.
Across the street.
Nice setting though.
It looks nice.
So these are separate buildings, this is the garage.
Yeah.
There's the garage right there. Currently, the 100-foot's not an issue on the garage. It's 6 feet from the right-of-way center. They're gonna turn it, move it, twist it, and get it 18 feet, 10 feet on the 2 sides. That's the garage across the street. Small right-of-way, 1 house past it. The house itself is almost on the neighbor's property. There's no additional room to move it further from the lake because the road setback's right there, so they're just gonna do a foundation underneath it and slide it over. get the 10 feet setback and move it into that area.
So is it knock down and rebuild?
No, no, just a foundation under the existing over here. This is a knockdown and rebuild, the garage is. The garage is more than 100 feet away from the water, but it has a road setback issue.
And anything for septic or?
Brand new system put out over here.
Okay.
So this is the lake side here, the road splits the lot in half.
Where's the existing septic?
Um,
No?
I think in that same general area.
Oh, okay.
The tank's in the same spot.
I'll
I
go
think
from
that's
there.
separate.
That looks like the front is a steep hill, huh?
Yeah,
So, but is it vegetated?
the front side, somewhat,
Down to the lake, I mean, somewhat?
yeah.
So, but we can get them to do additional stuff if we let them do this?
Yeah, I would, York County Water and Soil, have them do a plan, at least the drip line trenches and any other best management practices.
Does the ladder go down, what, 50 feet?
Yeah, it's a long ways down.
Yeah, there's a staircase.
I had a plan with it, I set that on square pond.
So do they
It was a
get
Shapley plant.
30% on the house?
They would, they're not using any of the 30%, the foundation be exempt because they're relocating it.
Yeah.
So they're actually, they'll pick it up, get rid of the foundation that's underneath it now and slide it over to the side.
What's, something wrong with the existing foundation?
I think it's a block.
It looks like a block foundation, but
Yeah,
it's,
it could even just be piers or something like that.
Oh, I see, it's ladders there.
they just, so what's the primary
Is it gonna be?
driver in there?
Walk out
Septic.
basement?
Walk out. Got a lid underneath. And the septic's over here, behind the garage, so they'll pump it to, or try to gravity, but may not work, under the street, past here, and then down over into this area here for field. Where the road divides the lot, there's really no room to obviously move the house back, and they're moving the garage back as far as they can. It drops off dramatically back there, so.
What, this view would be this end here?
Yeah, yeah.
If we could get them to, well, York County soil water.
Yeah.
Yeah, so more vegetation, the better.
Yep, or at least establish the drip line trenching and do something with the road.
Yeah,
Any of the runoff from the road. It's the peak of the hill and then it drops down.
yeah.
Can they do anything going towards the shore?
A lot of good vegetation there. If they mainly at least get the drip line trenching around the three sides, it's got a good
It
duff
will
layer
contribute.
in there. And I'd let York County see if they can implement any best management practices for it.
Any motion?
I'll make a motion to accept Ken's recommendation.
Second, very good. Second. All those in favor? I think we ought to wait for our next meeting to do any stormwater stuff until we get more of a compliment to the board.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Should we leave the approval of the minutes until the next meeting as well? We could dispense with that, I suppose.
I think we got enough for that, right?
Yeah. Well, let's
We
just
should
read.
give a copy of this to the guy from Cashco. Has a list of what we asked him for.
Right, true.
Yeah, could we convey that to him?
I'll
Probably already has.
I'll call him tomorrow, because
Maybe have lunch with him.
he needs to bring enough maps to.
Yeah, we had mentioned to them that. I mean, I think it says 12.
It says 12, and it says prior to the meeting, too, the book says.
I was, exactly, so we have them disperse them out.
I'll make sure he has a copy of the ordinance.
Well, let's just try
They
to,
have that, but I mean, this specifically says the 5-foot contours, the right of, you know.
In the minutes?
Yeah,
Yeah, so, I mean, the ordinance is online, the subdivision's online,
yeah.
the firm
They
has
probably
done
just didn't
numerous
get to it,
amounts.
but they thought,
Got
you know,
busy,
didn't want to
busy,
skip.
might as well attend the meeting anyway.
I wasn't too concerned that there wasn't adequate copies of the maps, because there was nothing on the maps.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
I do understand it is expensive to print the color copies, but
Yes, it is.
We want to do the minutes from the 14th?
Mm-hmm.
Make a motion we approve the minutes.
One second.
all those in favor? So we'll revisit, so hopefully Stormwater, same sections at our next meeting on 18th, is that right?
Yes. And you have a sidewalk on Tuesday.
Yeah, and we're gonna meet up here at
I think you agreed
5:45, quarter to 6?
Yeah.
Does that work for you, Yolanda? Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I got back after that, but that's the point of being there.
And where is that journal again?
I'm sorry?
Where's that location? Is that on,
Radford, I don't know.
is it on,
I thought it was off of Buzzell, is that right?
it's out.
Down Broad Grade East,
Yeah.
off of Buzzell Road.
Okay, well,
I'm not exactly sure where, but
we'll meet here at quarter to 6, okay? Any other new business? Okay. Meeting adjourned.